Captain Ibrahim Traore is a target for the West. And in this video, we're going to talk about why and how we can protect him. For the longest time, the West has relied on Africa to give them their raw materials by fire, by force. So every time that we want to go into industrialization and we want true sovereignty and we want to develop cut ties with them, they don't like it. So what happens? There are so many tricks up their sleeves that they've used. If you look at history and what has been done to our leaders, we can see in real time what is being done and what is being cooked behind the scene. So the question is, how are we going to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore? And in this video, I'm going to talk about the things that he has achieved. And stay to the end of the video. We're going to talk about how we are going to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore. This time from being the TikTok word will be unalive. Africans are not happy that they stood by and watched the West take Gaddafi from their hands. And this time around, we are not going to sit by and watch it happen. It's not going to happen. You guys need a new strategy for Africa. Why don't you go in with a strategy of we are equal? The same way Europe and America see each other as equal. Why do you guys always want to leave Africa like this impoverished place? This time around, the youth are not going to sit by and watch it happen. Thank God we are in a special time of social media that Black people are able to communicate and we are able to organize, we are able to understand what is really happening in real time. Last year, I did a video and I said the time for transparency and accountability has come. Here I am sitting far away from Burkina Faso, but I can tell you in real time what Captain Ibrahim Traore has achieved. Now, when Michael Langley went in and was doing Kokonsan, you guys have to understand the way Kokonsan. I'm not going to. When General Langley was gossiping about Ibrahim Traore, he said he was using the gold because Ibrahim Traore has taken his gold from imperialists and he's refining his own gold now. They are saying that he's using it to fund terrorism for his own benefits. And that is far from the truth. That is wrong. So now let's look at the numbers and see if this report that you gave is the truth. First, to start off, so their projected GDP is estimated to reach 21 billion by 2025. They've come from 19 billion to 21.4 billion. This is what he's doing. Amongst all the chaos that is happening, the second thing that he did that is unheard of is that he rejected loans from IMF. He wants economic independence. He reduced the salaries of his ministers and increased the salaries of his civil servants by 50%. This is a man who clearly has a heart for his people. He has a strategy for his people. Every culture is different. Leave Burkina Faso people to develop how they feel they can develop. Now, they had some industrial initiatives where they are industrializing their agricultural sector. They've opened a tomato factory. They've opened a new textile factory as well in Burkina Faso, which I would have to visit because I'm in fashion. That's what I do. So I'll be excited that they have a textile factory where I can go get some fabric and make some design. So basically, he's doing a lot for his people. He's giving equipment distribution that's boosted productivity, 400 tractors. Tomato production has risen from 315,000 metric tons in 2022 to 360,000 metric tons. Why would this man, Langley, go and gossip about him like that? When you went to go and lie about the gold, why didn't you highlight the good things that he's doing? But because you are not highlighting the good things that he's doing, some of us are going to do it and we're going to continue to do it. In fact, Ghana, my homeland, is importing about $400 million worth of tomatoes from Burkina Faso. At 2018, it used to be 92 million. But we have become so dependent on Burkina Faso's tomatoes at $400 million a year. Ghanaians are importing it because we are just next door. One of the things that's killing us in Africa is cultural identity. And Ibrahim Traore has moved in to emphasize national identity to the extent that those wigs that those Africans wear in that heat, if people are wearing this in the London and UK, your colonizers are wearing this, that place is cold. But in Ghana, you see them wear these wigs that look ridiculous. Well, He's banned those wigs and those gowns, and he's invested in their cultural attack. Ibrahim Traore has also targeted the schools and the children, and he's reshaping how they think. So in the next 20 years, Burkina Faso are going to be a different breed of people. If Africa, we don't, this is my heart, if Africa, we don't get to the root of educating our children to raise mini Sankaras, mini Nkrumahs, mini Martin Luther King, and all these people, it's just a lost cause. And where all his trouble started was when he kicked out France. This is my opinion, but I think as much as English-speaking countries, we have a problem in Africa. I think that the French-speaking countries have even kept us even further back. And the reason why I say that is that France is very, very mean. France is like, when it comes to the colonizers, I'll put France at the worst. So the longest time when Africa wants to move forward and do something, then you get the French countries, especially Ivory Coast, not going in sync with their other African neighboring countries. So you're in a meeting, but you're in a meeting with Macron. So him tearing away from France, he's getting the heat that he's getting. That's where all his trouble started from. I'm sure if we do the digging, because some of the things that have come out that some people were bribed $5 million and all those things, African leaders, they don't have money for that. They don't do those things. This is coming straight from the West. But anyway, one of the many ways that we can help Captain Ibrahim Traore is to continue to talk about it. Post about him, post about what is happening. Burkina Faso citizens, keep us abreast and put them on center stage and embarrass the people that are behind bringing him down. And this is actually bringing a lot of togetherness. The bottom line is that you can support by sharing the videos, talking about it, educating ourselves, making noise. Those who are in position of power, come out and say something. African leaders, don't wait, don't leave us hanging with this one. We'll never ever forgive you. African leaders, don't leave us hanging with this one. Say something. If you know that Ivory Coast president is part of it and he went in to go and analyze this guy in the ECOWAS meetings, say something. Call him out. African Union, call them out. There are some African presidents that are not involved and are not happy about this. Even if you are a few, the ones that are involved, call them out. Because if something happens to Ibrahim Traore, the temperature is going to be very, very different. African Americans have even entered the building. So please, African leaders, please don't leave us hanging dry like you always do. This is the Afritude movement, where I bring what is done in the dark against African people to light, where I raise the conscience of the black man to rise up. But the time has come.